So we're back for part two. We've moved up the cut here, like in a little bit deeper water, and we're just sight fishing with the worm right here. Got the glow stick. Caught this bass. No monster, but fun on this medium light rod. Just looking for bass in the shallow water and targeting them with this glow stick Senko style worm here. The key is bend and not throw it right on top of them. Just heard a big splash over here in the cattails. Seemed like a bass was trying to eat a blackbird or something. So I'm going over to investigate. Switched over to the white jig here. And moving in toward these cattails, I see a bass outside the cattails there. I'm gonna pitch it away from the fish. And this fish does one of the weirdest takes I've ever seen on a jig. He did a flyby over the top of it and then spun. Almost did a somersault down on it and ate it. And of course gets down in the grass. But we got it. Decent little bass on the white jig. Sight fishing with the white jig. So I investigate the cattails there for a while. Don't really see anything, so we're getting out of here. The trolling motor on high and kick up a bunch of dirt and weeds and stuff. Start heading back up out of here. Just looking for bass in the shallow water. And we found one. Went back to the worm. Not a real big one, but just a little guy. These fish are pretty spooky up in the shallow stuff. So we're moved back out almost to the main lake now. And I had missed a fish on the jig going into this cove up in here. So I stopped here to fish with the worm and boom, hooked up. Got him this time. We got him hooked good this time and got him in the boat. That's another 14-inch fish. So we switch back over to the white jig again. Fishing a little bit deeper water here. It's kind of a shallow shelf that goes out on the right there, and then there's another one up ahead on the left that goes almost all the way to the bank. And I throw the jig up by a tree up here on the shallow shelf, and bass smokes it. The white jig strikes again. So I'm just changing up lures whenever I feel like one lure might work better than the others. Just using when I think it has the best chance of catching a bass in a particular area. I was just swimming this jig along the shore here and just about back to the boat when this bass hammered it. Swatting a fly there on my hand. This fish has definitely been caught a few times before. His mouth's kind of ripped up there. So now we're working our way back up into this other cove. Extremely shallow water again. Got that little fish on the glow-stick. Fishing the glow-stick around these trees here and hook up with another bass. And this water is shallow again. Got a decent bass here. Probably around 15 inches or so. I see a bass here. Someone around out in front of me there. And I think it's the second time I cast out in front of it. It comes over and eats it. And we're hooked up again. Another decent bass on the glow stick. They discontinued these worms. They don't make them anymore. Just another Senko type worm that has a really slow fall. So it works good in this really extremely shallow water. And this bass liked it. Got some garlic scent to it. Of course, some salt. And it works pretty good still. I wish they wouldn't have stopped making them. Fry up here in this really shallow water up at the end of the cove here. And I could tell there were some bigger fish, so I got the spook out. The water is just so shallow. I start working that spook. Get it close to the little stick up here, and boom, fish eats it. And as soon as I hook that one, there's like 3 more that come flying out of there. Water's so shallow, once you hook one, it pretty much spooks the rest of them. I get this fish in the boat, and I'm a little nervous about these hooks. And he flops and goes back in the lake. And then I do something stupid and grab the line there and snapped it. And that fish goes right underneath the boat. So I grab my jig rod. I'm going to try and snag the trebles on that topwater bait. It was a good thing this water's really shallow, because the fish takes off. And I try to hook him real quick before he gets too far away, but he swims off. And I'm kind of stuck here in this really shallow water, so I gotta get the paddle out and move the boat a little bit where I can get the motor going. And I end up chasing this fish around up in this little cove here. Just trying to snag that treble hooks on that spook. And eventually I get it back. Got pretty lucky to get that lure back. I'm not sure if I snagged it and got it off, or if the fish just brushed up against the weeds and it just pulled off, but either way, I got the spook back, which made me happy because they're not cheap lures. They're over $7 a piece, so. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe, comment, let me know what you thought about the video, and we'll catch you on the next one.